And I have started the live stream.
Dun, dun,
We're
dun.
streaming live. Hello, YouTubes. We're YouTubers. We are guys. We're like millennials.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, where do I see that? I want to.
I'm trying to get it up. I got to find out where it is now. Let's look up
YouTube.
Legends TV Talk here.
What is the deal with this like aviation Google Doodle?
I have no idea.
Bessie Coleman. Okay. American civil aviator. She was the first woman of African American descent.
Let's look up Legends
the first
TV
of
Talk
Native
here.
American descent to hold a pilot's license. Aviation Google Doodle.
I have no idea.
There you go. Bessie Coleman. Okay.
I learned something today.
American.
I always thought
she was the first
that
woman.
dogs laid eggs.
French fried potatoes.
Deep fried taters. All right. Okay, I'm trying to put it up. I'm gonna put it up on the.
Some folks call it a Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade. You shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
I'm gonna make a post. And I don't like how they made it just awful. Like, look at this. Oh, did I post Week in Geek to you guys on accident? I am very sorry.
Okay.
Oh well, I don't
what?
care. I posted it up to Legends TV Talk. I don't feel bad about that.
Cross promotion.
Now to hear us record Legends TV Talk live and
From
in person.
Several places.
In
It's
Memorex.
Legends.
And then I will paste the link. The linky. So it's in our Legends TV Talk page. The linky.
All right.
So I don't know who's gonna watch the live chat, but I wonder if I can hit pause and then say something. Do I say some hello? Oh, good. Yeah, right on YouTube.
Oh, jeez.
We're on YouTube, boys and girls. Hello, all of you internets.
Hello, internet.
We like you.
Hello, internets.
Please be our friends.
Oh,
we have,
there's.
Because I'm listening to the music.
I know it's weird.
You're listening
Yeah,
to,
it's like.
or you're hearing us.
Hey, I just heard myself. That's a
Yeah.
really long delay. I'm gonna turn the volume off.
Yeah, I would turn the volume off. I would not leave the volume on.
But Will, you can actually like drop photos and stuff on that canvas, right?
Yeah, I did. Isn't there playing?
Well, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, you can modify it. And
Yes,
stuff, right?
I can modify it. I just grabbed the stuff. I grabbed your Facebook stuff. So
Cool.
we are live. Wow, this is a moment. I mean, I'm live every week now when I do my show, but and you're live every week when you do your show.
Yeah, and we're live.
Yeah, we're live. And hey, you can watch us without being a patron. No, I'm sorry.
Hey, look, somebody's gonna keep my lights on. And I'm not gonna do it.
So when do we start
I haven't
patroning?
listened to that yet. I'd say we start doing that during the hiatus. Because hey, season 3.
Yeah, we got a third season.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna be off. We're gonna be off a lot sooner than anybody else.
That's
I think
true.
so,
We only
too.
have, like 13 episodes or something.
Yeah.
18 in total.
Oh, that's right, because they got the extension.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a third season.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna be off.
I
We're gonna be off a lot
Or
sooner than
17.
anybody else.
Are they getting
Oh, Matt and I are friends now.
full season? Yeah, I saw that.
What was that?
I never go on Facebook. Are we getting a full season for season 3, or is it still going to be a 13?
I have no idea yet.
I think I don't foresee them doing a full season. I really thought they wanted to do the Legion. All right, so are we ready to go? Like, should we start the show?
Let's do this. Yeah.
Should Did you see the show? It's a Dynamo.
It is.
And this
Dynamite.
and this will be a Hamilton-free podcast, Bell, so that you don't go insane.
How does a ragtag volunteer army in need of a shower somehow defeat a global superpower?
And then become one with an orange monster at the lead. Oh, what?
Cheeto Man? That would be a super
With small hands.
Very, very small hands.
Oh, I can only be 200 characters on the Facebook live chat?
I guess so.
Really?
Oh, no, that's
Oh,
YouTube
good
live
deal.
chat. It says hello.
Oh, not Facebook. Yeah, YouTube.
Welcome to YouTube. We're in YouTube land.
That's why I don't have.
You know what, guys? We're it's like we're kittens, you know, that people can tune into and watch. Only I'm the only one who moves.
That's what we do. Actually, that is how. That's how we do it.
This is how we do it.
I mean, I could get my dog, and I could just put my dog. I mean, he's a corgi, super cute. So like, I could just have him do stuff while we record.
Well, my dog's cuter. My dog is
Probably.
a mini Yorkie.
Oh yeah.
My dog won't stay in one place, so yeah.
Neither will mine, and at some point I'll probably have to get up and go get a bag of food to keep her from barking. Oh, and her ears just perked up. She's like, "Hey, did you just?" Oh,
I gotta get food for my dog.
all right. Let me do that, and then we'll go live. One sec.
All right.
Okay. Ooh.
I forgot I was gonna go.
do it. It's Friday night.
Let's see here. Is there what PetSmart's hours? Because I'm going to Penny Arcade Expo. I'm leaving tonight after this podcast. Actually,
Oh, jeez.
it's in San Antonio. It's not that far away, but I don't know what the hours of PetSmart are.
Just realized I went up and got stuff, you know, and I'm streaming live and not wearing any pants. So,
Oh,
oops. I'm wearing shorts.
I missed it.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I quickly clicked over there and I saw it.
I'm wearing shorts. I'm kidding. I always wear shorts.
Too late, right as you sat down. I was like, no.
Oh, that's amazing.
Good thing my mom can't see this. No, I was wearing shorts. It's not even boxers. But it's just funny. Okay, so are we ready?
I think so.
I think so.
All right, then you should do the whole straight. I will start the recording here.
All right. I guess I don't need to
Oof. Got a little lightheaded.
don't do that. Is that your dog growling?
Yes, at the cat.
It's funny.
Don't get me
All right,
started.
you ready?
I'm ready. I'll start the recording here in 3, 2. Go.
Straight out of the timeline and
Shoot.
right. Come on. I was going for the 5-second silence. Ruined it.
Ruined. Ruins. We are ruined.
Okay. Let's do 5 seconds.
Take 2.
All right. Straight out of the timeline and right into your ears. I'm Beall,
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Will.
and this is Legends TV Talk. Oh man, gotta stretch. It's been a long hiatus.
It's been a
Oh,
very
brush off
long
some of those-
hiatus.
Yeah, some of those cobwebs. Gotta shake them off. How you guys doing? How was your holiday and your hiatus?
It was filled with a lot of work and apparently a lot of cobwebs.
Mine was filled with laughter and love,
Oh,
like growing pains.
like the show or the actual physical pains that you feel when you grow.
Well, it was more like the the theme song is where I was going. But either one. No.
Well,
Growing pains for me, my legs start to hurt after a little while now.
that's growing old pains.
Yeah.
I have those same pains.
Yeah, well, that's good. You know, we're finally back in action. We got another half season, I guess, of Legends TV Talk to talk with. So I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well,
I'm
well,
ready.
Yeah. Well, I mean, without much ado, I mean, let's just jump right into it. I think it's time for a history lesson. All right, season 2, episode 9, Raiders of the Lost Art. Pretty sure George Lucas is going to sue somebody.
I'm sure.
Subtext of that episode. George Lucas going to sue somebody. Anyway, it was directed by Dermot Downs, written by Kito Shimizu and Chris Fedek. And Will, how about you tell us what's happened this episode?
When Damien Dark and Malcolm Merlin try to capture Rip Hunter in 1967, they create an aberration big enough to draw the attention of the legends. However, when the team arrives, they discover that Rip has no memory of his past due to time drift and is just a graduate film student. After trying to convince Rip of who he was, they discover that he possesses an incredibly powerful artifact known as the Spear of Destiny, MacGuffin, which the Legion of Doom is after. Ray and Nate realize that the aberration has also affected them personally, making it difficult to help the team. Meanwhile, Rory asks Stein for help and makes him promise to keep it a secret from the team.
Dun dun dun.
So this was an interesting episode. This was probably the most meta episode that I think I've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is where they need to go. Like, just embrace
know,
it.
Right? So was it just me, or was this like the camp, the meta-ness, just everything about this episode just hit all the right notes for me?
I'm with
Like,
you.
Yeah, like
I think so. Yeah.
I felt this. They knocked this one right out of the park on their on their return from hiatus, and like, yeah, this is one of the most fun shows on TV. Yeah, it's not the best written show, it's not the best everything, but it's so much fun that all of that other stuff just doesn't matter.
Exactly. And hey, so I might be jumping ahead, but you said something about like how it was written. Coming back and after this move it rated higher with ratings than Flash did. So there's
Right.
something. Yeah.
Legends of Tomorrow had higher ratings than Flash?
Yes.
That is astonishing.
I'll give it to the move, I think. And I think it was the episode too, because you're having not a Star Wars centric episode, but a close enough one inside the DC universe.
Yeah. And yeah, so George Lucas is now part of the DC TV universe.
Right.
And not Marvel. Take that, Marvel.
Yeah.
And he's... No, they don't have George Lucas.
So they got Star Wars.
Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. will try to be like, we need Spielberg right now.
So, but here's my question. So when they first introduced it, they had the clapper from the movie, and it was like G Lucas is what, or G Lucas, I think was what they said. But then
it was G Lucas.
George Lucas. Duet.
It was G Lucas because they made the gluten joke. This is the thing
That's
you
right,
can't
right.
eat.
Isn't this the thing you fake that you're allergic to?
Yeah.
It's like my gluten allergy is high. But yeah, so here's my question. As far as when you're a celebrity, when you're in the public eye, like George Lucas is, what do you have to do in order to use George Lucas's likeness and his name in your show?
I think they have to pay someone
I doubt
for
it.
that.
Yeah, because that's what I was wondering. Because they're using his name, they're using his likeness, but he is a celebrity in the public eye. Does he?
It could be considered satire. It could be considered parody.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have to use anybody. I mean, it's not a Tarkin from Rogue One.
Yeah, and it's not like he needs the money.
Right.
He got $4 billion from Star Wars.
Well, the power of myth.
But $1 billion of that is going to his new museum. So,
which what? It makes me so mad that he was looking at cities like Los Angeles and Chicago for that museum. He needs to put it in like some small town, like the town I grew up in, Jackson, Mississippi, to make people go there. There's nothing.
Closer.
There's nothing in that town. Just put it there, and then people actually come to the town, and maybe, I don't know, it won't be as terrible.
I thought there was a sign at the border that said "Home of Bo and Bell."
Yeah, but it's usually riddled with gunshots. Because, that's what depending on where you are in Mississippi, there will always be street signs that are shot up. either because you're in a bad neighborhood or because you're in a redneck neighborhood, which is also a bad,
Right.
Oh, that's enough about Mississippi. Let's get back to the episode. So
Yes.
this one was interesting. We started out. We got some Damien Dark and some Malcolm Merlin. A little buddy cop action going on with them. In the 1960s, they get tired of walking, like you do, and I thought this was great. They come across some bikers that just decide to rob these two dudes for whatever reason, and promptly get murdered. I mean that's just.
There was a body count this episode.
There was, right? Like, I guess it doesn't. They're not as concerned with aberrations so much as they are with the mission.
Right.
Right.
Which is interesting to me because they could inadvertently do something just like stopping George Lucas. We'll talk about the details of it later on. But when George Lucas was scared away from filmmaking, that affected some of the legends. But the reason why the team actually got on to where they were and found this aberration was because one of those bikers was going on to go and make a catalytic converter for a specific motorcycle company.
Something like that, yeah.
And then when he died, that was an aberration. So they go to investigate it. But here's the question, though: what if that biker had been the inspiration for Malcolm Merlin and Damien Dark to go and join the League of Assassins? I know it's a stretch. But if the same thing can happen to our legends, the same thing can happen to them. It's interesting that they just do not care about the repercussions of them meddling in time. That's that's an interesting thing. Will, what do you think? I mean, do you think it's just because they're just the Legion of Doom and they don't care, or what? I mean, why?
Well,
why
they're
do they
planning
not
to reset reality. What do they care?
You know what? I guess. But even still, though, right? Because it can affect you almost instantaneously.
Well,
If they
they broke their own rule.
yeah.
They really did. All of a sudden, to push forward, I mean, George Lucas, doesn't make Star Wars, and all of a sudden, like literally within, a matter of moments, Rey can't think, and Nate's even dumber than he appears. But yet, Martin Stein had a daughter born, and it took him weeks till he realized who she was.
Yeah.
They're breaking their own rule.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, what do you think? I mean, do you think they just don't care that they're that Malcolm and Damien are messing with time just because they're going to reset everything, or is it just convenient and it makes the story go?
Convenient makes the story go, and also they're bad guys. They're allowed to do this.
Bad guys can just do it.
They can do whatever they want. If heck, if they're gonna kill two bikers, they're gonna kill two bikers.
Yeah.
Do we ever see those bikes ever again? No. Plot.
We are the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not calling them that.
What? I got it from a Hanna-Barbera cartoon when I was a kid.
I know, right? That was
Boom!
Self-referential, very meta. So
Very meta.
yeah. So apparently, Nate watched the Super Friends growing up and doesn't realize that he's amongst the current
Super Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, talking about plot progression here, we have the legends that come back in time and they find this aberration, and then they're both going to the same spot, which is to find, unbeknownst to them, the legends at least, that they're going to go find Rip. And so they find Rip, but it's not Rip. It's actually some other dude, because Rip has lost all his memories and thinks he's now a grad student. That would be kind of cool, right? You you go through all this trauma and stuff, and you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to jump back in time and become a grad student filmmaker.
What the heck was his name? Phil?
I thought it was Philip.
It might be
Philip,
Phillips. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's what Stein called him.
It was
But
just...
so this was neat. Like, we have a little flashback that kind of shows what happened to Rip after the nuclear, nuclear missile detonated underwater, and apparently Rip has a piece of the Spear of Destiny just in the floorboards of the Wave Rider, and Was it just me, or did it look like a broom handle that got broken off?
It did, and it
It
was
did.
supposed to be just a piece of it. Like, at one point they said it's just a piece of it, but then it's, it was not really made clear that it's only just a piece, and
I picked up that it was a piece, and when I heard them say it was a piece, I wanted so bad for it to be the same prop from Constantine, the movie, because Constantine also deals with the Spear of Destiny.
right.
I would have lost my crap if that's what happened. If they actually had the same spearhead that they had in Constantine, but alas, it was not. It was our broom handle that was broken off.
Broomhilda. We shall call her Broomhilda.
Broomhilda, yes. And apparently this is just a piece, so I'm assuming that the
The amulet.
Yeah, the amulet, which Amaya makes the. And this was neat too, right? Because she made the conclusion that it was a two pieces together, both artifacts fit together. This is before they found George Lucas, right? Or before they found Rip.
Right.
Yes, it was before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I think George Lucas will sue somebody. Sorry, that's just going to come up a few times.
Every time we say George Lucas, we have to
Yeah.
give George Lucas money.
And every time they referred to him while they were walking with him, oh, we're sorry, George Lucas. We're sorry, George Lucas.
So, yeah. And apparently George Lucas was he was the prop master. He wasn't even assistant director or anything.
No, he was a cameraman.
And prop master.
Dude, was he?
Yeah, he was a cameraman and prop
master's
master.
movies, too.
Well, this is a student film, so he's
Yeah.
going to have a lot of roles. That does make sense.
Yeah, which also, I mean, yes, they had the progressive plot for it, and I'm sure they're going to probably never explain this, but how the hell does Rip/Philip get into grad school without having a social security number, without having transcripts, and everything like that?
Well, I mean, I'm surprised, Kyle, that you didn't know this, but Time Drift actually gives you all of those things.
Yes.
It just kind of happens. It's part of plot armor.
All right, I need
History
to find,
changes
I need to find
around
the time
you.
Matrix.
Yeah.
I need to find the time matrix. I need to be someone else.
Yeah. I'm gonna go just touch a time drive and
Yeah.
wake up. With my luck, though, I'd probably wake up in the Middle Ages, as a heretic about to be burned to a stake.
Or worse. You'd wake up in the White House right now. Good morning, Melania. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, God.
Wait a sec. How did this happen?
Huge.
We're going to build a
Tell me how
wall.
huge I am.
Sorry, that was our political humor.
And welcome to Politic TV Talk. That's a lot of tit sound.
That's a whole lot of T's. Not enough A.
Paula TV Talk? Paula TV? No, that sounds like Paula Poundstone TV Talk.
Wow.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Long time.
Obi-Wan. Paula Poundstone. That's it.
Now, that's a name
Alright.
I've not heard. Yes, very good.
Since the 1980s. Anyway.
Oh boy.
The Legends and the Legion, the Legends and the Legion, I like that alliteration there. They both managed to find Rip Hunter at the same time at this movie set when you have the guy who is the spitting image of Vandal Savage, but he looks kind of younger and less
Less scary.
Yeah, less scary, but like it looks so similar to him. It was hilarious.
Yes, I thought so
Delivering
too.
his monologue. It's just awful.
Yeah. Well, he's a terrible bad guy. He doesn't have the oomph, the pizzazz.
And so Malcolm and Damien kind of give that oomph, but in a more aggressive manner, and start shooting lasers at them, just in time for the Legends to show up. And now here's the question that I had for you guys. In all of this scuffle, in all the laser blasts and the fighting and the kicking and the punching, the only one to get arrested was Rip Hunter, the guy who did absolutely nothing except stand there and hit.
You know what It reminds me. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
It reminds me of Anchorman when everyone just scatters. Because I saw that in Jax's face, and he's just like, "What? What?" And he just moves very quickly off screen.
That escalated very quickly.
Quick.
Jax, you killed a guy with a trident.
I know.
Seriously, Brick killed a guy.
You should lay low for a little bit. But seriously though, like why I guess everybody just split and they just arrested the only guy they could.
Well, I thought they were
Yes.
breaking him out of jail when they showed him the time ship. It was initially when they were shooting. Initially, then yeah, they all scattered when the cops showed up.
Correct.
Right. So the cops, they come to the scene, like there's some violence and stuff, and they just grab the one guy that they could because everyone else scattered.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Interesting. So I guess cops in Southern California in the 1960s were just whoever we can grab.
Right.
Let's not even try to find the perpetrators. But so they take poor Rip to jail. Who's not Rip? He's Philip. Phil Rip. Phil
Cool
Rip, if you
Whip.
will.
Filler. Cool.
Cool whip.
I'll say cool.
Cool.
So then they take
Say whip.
They take.
Whip.
I'll say cool whip.
Cool whip.
So
That
all
joke
cool
never
jokes
gets old.
aside, we have a Rip Hunter in prison who claims he's being chased after by space people, like you do.
Well, yeah, I do all the time.
I mean, when I drop bad acid, I mean, there's more than space people chasing after me. Let me tell you. And then also the cops in Southern California, 1967, are or is this Central California?
It's
from Los
California.
Angeles.
Yeah, it's California. Very gullible. Very
Oh, yeah.
gullible, because Martin Stein just walks in there and he's like, "Oh, the patient's name,
Gideon.
Philip. That's right.
Philip.
That's right. It's Philip. Yes,
Philip.
I'm here to see Philip.
I have
but,
cool whip.
I brought him some Cool Whip. It seems to calm him down. Yes, rather nice. Snake grip him. And so they go to Prison Breakout, which is funny because, Dominic
Prison Break.
Purcell and Prison Break.
Right.
There's a Prison Break. There's not a show, I don't think, because I think didn't Heatwave escape from prison on The Flash? Yes, because he broke up with Captain Cold.
Yeah.
Is there a show that Dominic Purcell has been on where he did not break out of prison?
I have only seen 2 shows of him, and both of those shows where he breaks out of prison.
Yes, but
And he's in another show called Prison Break. So I'm taking a huge leap of faith here, but I'm going to assume that he breaks out of prison in Prison Break.
I recently just started Prison Break, as in I'm on episode 4, season 1. So, yes.
Okay. So, anyone listening to this, if you know a show that Dominic Purcell's been in where he hasn't broken out of prison,
Please
contact
let
the
us know.
hotline at 1-800-LegendsTVTalk.com. We need the webpage, 1-800-LEGENDS.
we really need a webpage.
Yeah,
We do have a webpage. It's facebook.com/LegendsTVTalk.
that is true. Post it on facebook.com/LegendsTVTalk. Let us know the show, and we will watch it, maybe, and talk about it. But first,
Maybe.
But first, I gotta take a whiz.
So,
No, sorry, what?
yeah. So okay. So they they break out Rip. He still doesn't know what's going on, and then he sees the Wave Rider and kind of freaks out. Meanwhile, Malcolm and Damien are just murdering people in a police station, and no one cares.
I thought that too. I'm like, he just stabbed a guy. Malcolm killed a guy.
Yeah, he just straight up killed a guy. Just killed a guy.
Malcolm,
And
you
no
should
one
lie low
cares.
for a while.
Yeah, it's like Eobard shows up. Malcolm, you killed a guy.
You killed a guy. It's like Build-A-Bear, only I killed a guy.
You killed a guy in a Build-A-Bear?
I'm not allowed to talk about that. I'm, let's just say, I have a new name now.
Enrique Ferdinand.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know.
And I'm not allowed to go back to Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
What's with the hate on Wisconsin? What's with the hate?
No, I don't hate
Cheese, so I can't really hate
Wisconsin.
on Wisconsin.
I don't think I hate Wisconsin. It's more along the lines of I don't even know it exists.
Wow, that's good.
Now-
That's a good one.
I know
Thanks.
about Wisconsin. My my ex girlfriend in high school, her mom, they lived near Kenosha, Wisconsin.
That's a nice area.
Okay.
So they have that Kenoshan don't ya know? And it reminded me of
Fargo.
Bobby's mom from Bobby's World.
Bobby.
You know the Steve Gutenberg show. It was animated.
Do you want to try Howie Mandel?
Yeah.
Sorry, not Steve Gutenberg. Howie Mandel. It would have been better with Steve Gutenberg.
Probably would have been better with Steve. Steve Gutenberg makes everything better, except Police Academy 50.
Yeah, not to hate on Howie Mandel, but I mean,
I love Howie Mandel.
yeah,
Not
like-
biblically, but
I know him.
In a biblical sense.
I know him.
We're gonna get sued.
We
by
are.
George Lucas and Howie Mandel.
Yes, but not Cher.
But not Cher. We have diplomatic immunity from Cher. But yeah. So,
I mean, yeah, the whole episode was, for me, it was just funny and good and exactly what you wanted coming back from a hiatus.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, well, to make a long story short, we rescue Rip. Rip pretends to be himself, but he wasn't. He gets captured again as soon as Eobard shows up, because I mean that was the thing for me, is that I love how Eobard sends Damien and Malcolm on these little errands and then shows up at the end to just do everything for them.
Yes.
It's
Like, okay,
Well, if you're a
guys.
speedster, you get to do everything by yourself. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, so the episode ends up, we have Rip's been captured. He doesn't remember anything. He's gonna get tortured. The legends decide to watch movies because they gotta celebrate the fact that George Lucas is now making the films that inspired them to be who they were. They get their memories back in the result. And we've kind of ignored the whole subplot of this episode, which is Stein and
Mick.
Stein and Mick, aka the reason why we don't have to have Firestorm in this episode.
Right.
Or Mick using his gun. Did he use his gun?
Nope,
No, he
didn't
didn't
use
use
his
that.
gun.
There we go.
Yeah, so
No CG.
so
The only CG was Eobard
and the Wave Rider
Yes.
and the Wave Rider.
and the laser blast, but I mean those are
And Adam.
Oh, and we had a split second of Steel.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the funny thing, right? This episode was very chill on the effects budget, but it was still a great episode. Because a lot of times, and this is my personal experience with this show, is that a lot of times when they have to kind of force in those story elements to take out, we can't do Firestorm this episode, so we got to have something for Stein or Jax to do, and all those different kinds of things. It's almost kind of grating or irritating, but I think this one was I like that combination of Stein and Mick, because Mick's so ridiculous and Stein's so prim and proper that they make great foils to one another. So it was never one of those things where it's like, oh, I guess this subplot is here because they don't want to do Firestorm
Right.
graphics this episode.
Right.
And it didn't feel like that to me. Like like you said, Will, this was just a great, the whole episode was just fun coming back, and nothing. Those tricks to the trade that you see that we've seen in episodes prior, just didn't feel as aggressively, bad.
Right. Well, and I mean, here's the thing I noticed this week, because I've seen every one of the returns now. They all did it. They all had bottle shows this week. Supergirl, they sent her to a planet where she didn't have powers. So, they saved money there.
Thanks, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Flash, same thing. I mean, there was a guy, he shot a gun. It's like, okay, whatever. I didn't see Arrow yet, I should say, but a Legends TV talk
I
or
did.
Legends.
I saw Arrow.
Yeah, and that's kind of low budget anyway. And Legends of Tomorrow.
It had the FX. It had the FX for
Canary. I'll bet.
Spoilers for the Canary Cry.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, they were all kind of. I think the invasion storyline. They were like, yeah, we're gonna have to have a few weeks to kind of recoup that. we shot our wad. I mean, they even used the Dominator.
In the Supergirl episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had it handy. It was like, well, let's just put him in there. And notice, he didn't interact with anybody. He didn't really talk to anybody. He was just kind of there and then gone.
He did talk to.
I know.
Did talk to one of the guards.
Yes, one of the guards. I mean, it did. This week was obviously we're still paying for the crossover episode.
But even though like, and that's the
and it was good.
Brilliant about these. Yeah, it was good. It's like, yes, it was that, but it wasn't. I would say it wasn't as obvious to me. Like, a lot of times you see it and it's freaking obvious.
Right. Like, Star Trek used to be the worst at that.
Yeah. But this time, like, everything made sense. Like, I really love the interaction between Mick and Stein, because Mick's just like, you're a doctor, and he's like, I'm a physicist. It's like, yeah, but, you can fix my brain, right? He's like, I'm a physicist.
I keep telling you, I'm not a medical doctor.
And that was what I really appreciate about this one. It's like, yes, you're going to have to do that in these shows. You can't have mad effects all the time and super crazy action all the time. You're going to have these episodes where you need to save some budget. And this one, if they do this, what they did in this episode, every time they need to save budget, this show's going to be the greatest show on television.
Right. Well, that's just it. They're finally they're using the characters that they've built. I think bringing Rip, he's still Rory to me. They brought Rip back because he was Rory on Doctor Who.
I know.
Well, in case the audience, because we also have a Rory on the show. I mean, now that they brought Rip back, and I love the addition of the three Jokers. The Legion of Dumb.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the three Jokers in Batman.
No.
You haven't gotten that far. Okay.
Well, I'm not watching Gotham.
It's not Gotham. It's actually in the comics.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn.
But hey, no, actually, the Jerome character, sorry.
I know.
Tangent. In Gotham is actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Like, last night I went off on another show I was on for quite some time, though, about you can't have Joker without Batman, and since you don't have Batman, you can't have the Joker, so stop teasing me with it. But moving on.
This is like a weird pocket universe, though.
Yeah, it still
So
sucks.
you can have whatever you want in this one.
Yeah, but back to Legends. No, I think these three, I mean, and really it's the two. I wasn't prepared for Captain Jack and the blonde dude Malcolm Merlin and the blonde guy, Damien Dark, to play off each other so well. Like they
work well together.
They really do, and it's every time they're on screen, it's magnetic. Like watching the two of them, and it's like I think John Barrowman's been waiting for somebody to come along on one of these shows who can kind of give him what he's giving.
Yeah.
And that's not a slam on Arrow, but it just Barrowman is amazing. So.
Yeah, the chemistry between them was great because it was, and that's the thing I love about this show is that. There are other superhero shows that are out there where the camp is just so thick you can cut it with a knife, and it's just kind of like, oh man. And then this one, it's like Barrowman. It's the perfect level of just playing off one another. The camp there is just it's a pleasant camp. It's not the shove the camp so far down your throat it makes you gag camp.
Right. It's not Batman 66.
Yeah. It's not like quick to the Legends Mobile.
I'd like it if it was that.
Spray or something like that, Because it is campy. It is.
It is.
But they do such a good job in handling it that it doesn't feel campy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just it. I mean, when we talk about the bottle show, I think that's what this did, and I think that's what adding them did. It's like, dear God, never bring back Vandal Savage, and always make sure you have a villain of this caliber. You know,
Yeah.
because I think that was what was missing last year. Was Savage was just kind of mustachy twirly guy.
Oh, I'm going to be killing the Hawks now.
You know, okay, we get it, we get it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting.
I
But,
did like how, but getting back to what you were talking about, I want to see Snart, like with them. Like, I'm still thinking Snart is somehow involved with the Legion of Doom.
He's gonna
No, right. Well,
he'll come back.
You know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because they originally Stein, is saying, "Okay, this is an emotional thing," and then they do the scan and they say, "No, there's a chip in your brain." It's like, "Oh, well, maybe Snart got somehow, MacGuffined into time, and he's communicating to you through this chip." So Stein performs brain surgery on Nick because why not? I love the. I love it. Sarah Lance.
OMG medical
What
science.
are you doing? Yeah, it's like brain surgery.
Brain
obviously.
surgery. And then they just walk out. They're like, okay.
Okay.
That's what I love about the camp of this show. It's just, it's so great. That was so great. Oh man, but yeah. So, but then they find out that the chip wasn't working for months. But I'm still. They wouldn't have mentioned that bit about him disassociating himself into the time stream or whatever unless that was important.
Right.
I think it's gonna come back
I hope
soon.
it comes back so bad.
Because yes, we do need to have Captain Cold back in both Legends and in Flash.
Oh, definitely
Yeah.
Flash. Like,
I would love.
Go ahead,
Go
Bill.
I was saying I would love to see a season of Flash because we've done speedsters, right? We have Reverse
Yes,
Flash.
you're
Green,
going where I was going.
Zoom, Zoom. It was Zoom and Jay Garrick. That was fun. Savitar is going to be really, really interesting. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this.
It's
But
HR.
I don't want a fourth. Yeah. Savitar.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. It's Sabotage HR. I really think so. Go on.
that would be hilarious. But I would like to see them do something different with season 4. I would like to see them go with a rogue storyline. Like,
Yes.
Instead of there being this big ominous bad who's a speedster, just do a big ominous collection of rogues and have Captain Cold be leading the rogues and have an entire story arc, an entire season devoted to the Flash versus rogues.
Right.
I mean, that's just what he does in the comics, and that would be great to see.
I have to
but
agree
in
with
order
that.
to do that, we gotta have Captain Cold.
And Leonard and Mick. I mean, they both have to leave this show. I think. I don't think you could do it without Heatwave.
Yeah.
You know.
I
And
think you can do it without Heatwave.
no, I know. I think because they work.
I mean, you can do Legends with Heatwave still, but you can do it with the rest of the rogues still and not have Heatwave.
Well, think about it though. How many rogues have they introduced? Not that this is Flash TV talk, but I mean, they've only really introduced Cold, his sister Golden Glider, Ice, or not Ice,
Mirror Master, Top,
Heatwave, Mirror Master, and Top.
Pied Piper.
Pied Piper went
Although
good.
Pied Piper's not good.
Yeah, like and the Trickster. So 6. And there's
Which
not
is-
that
which
many
is still a
rogues.
good enough rogue team.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna drag an entire season out, what you'd have to do is have a week of one rogue, and then a week. They'd have to go back to a villain of the week, but have Snart manipulating it all from the beginning. I'm not sure what kind of legs it could get, but I mean, I don't know. They drag this stuff out now a year, so who knows?
Yeah,
I
would
want to
like
see it though.
Yeah, that's what I like about watching Legends too. Is it kind of like gives avenues for those favorite characters that I have on Flash to maybe make it back to Flash. But yeah, it would be because I love the way that Mick works with the team. I think he has an interesting dynamic with a lot of the characters. So it would be a shame to see him go. He'd be hard to replace. But then again, I would like to see the Flash fight Rogues.
Yeah, me too.
But speaking of Mick, I think that what we should do is we should have, because Mick is a great character. He's a great character on the show. He always has the great lines, like the calling Supergirl skirt.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I think what we should start doing
skirt.
now is we should have
Hey,
Mick's
Skirt,
quote of the
call
day.
me.
Yeah. And so what we should do is the night of the episode on Tuesday night, we'll tweet out something. We'll say, okay, we'll pick a couple quotes from Mick, and we'll tweet them out, and then we'll have a little Twitter poll, and we'll see what you guys think Mick's quote of the day would be. We don't exactly have one for this episode. However, my vote is "fix my brain." And he says to stop it, just because I think that's ridiculous. Kyle, what do you think? Did you have a favorite Mick quote this episode?
Fix my brain is really well. Just at that time, Mick just saying, "I love you, man."
Yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah.
I love you, man.
And then Stein just walks in. He stands up. What did you hear?
He's like, I think you've had enough to drink. No, that's the problem. I haven't had enough.
Oh, no, that's a good line too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so we got a couple. That'll be something that'll be fun. Finding out Mick's quote of the day. So we'll look for that on Twitter on the day the episode airs. And but also we got a couple other extra things to talk about here. So Star Wars references abound in this episode.
Oh yes,
Big time.
All over the place. Made a lot of sense. We had Rey emulate his best Han Solo, as he said. Not only Star Wars, just George Lucas properties in general, because there's like Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they didn't mention Temple of Doom, which made me mad. Because when they're doing the movie thing at the end, you know, they mentioned Raiders and they mentioned Last Crusade, but they did not mention Temple of Doom, which I think was a mistake because I like Temple of Doom.
You're the one.
You're the only one.
Yep.
I suppose I am. I think it's a brilliant film. Because, I mean, what other movie do you have where the bad guy pulls out some dude's heart and it catches on fire? Yeah, that's right. I didn't think so.
Terminator? No, he just burns.
Yeah.
Still, it couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was. You want to know what? They lost me at No Time for Love, Dr. Jones. They lost me.
Yeah.
Round, though.
I do like Short Round. Don't get me wrong. If they're gonna do another indie movie, they really should bring back Short Round. But
That would be awesome.
I
As an
mean,
old guy.
I just don't think Temple is the weakest of the original three. I mean, I think we
is.
can all agree that Crystal Skull is the weakest of them all.
I'm confused. What? Crystal what?
Whoa!
All right, here we go.
You
Here we
haven't
go.
seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
I
No,
wasn't aware they made a fourth Indiana Jones movie.
What?
That movie doesn't exist. It's not. That's an alternate fact.
Oh, okay. I was for a second there. I was like, really? You didn't?
Hashtag alternate fact.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Took me a second.
Yeah. I don't like that film. It was so bad. It was terrible.
Also, I don't know if anyone else caught this, but like he went on to be like did he go to be car salesman or insurance person? George Lucas.
I think it was insurance.
It was insurance.
Insurance?
Yeah.
Every year that they talked about was the year that the Star Wars films came out.
Yeah. It was every
Yeah,
year he
77,
excelled
80,
at
83.
yeah, he excelled at insurance the years he was making Star Wars.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
I mean,
And then we also had Vixen.
yes, I know where you're going.
Maze. She was in episode 7.
Really?
Yes. It is right after spoilers for people who haven't seen this movie, which I don't know why you haven't. It made over $1 billion.
It's been a year. Go get the video.
It's been, yeah. Right when Starkiller Base fires the weapon and it hits the Republic.
Oh yeah, she was that girl.
Post-up Prime or whatever.
She was that girl that they focused on.
Yeah, no, because she had a bigger part.
Yes.
She did have a bigger part before they edited
She
her
did
out.
have a bigger part, but they did edit her out. There was a scene where Maze and General Leia have a scene together,
To me, she's royalty.
and they edit that out.
Really?
Yeah, where they talk about sending her to the Republic homeworld.
Yeah, I think I remember them talking about a scene between Leia and another character, but I did not realize that was Vixen. That's awesome.
Are you kidding? And then she got to deliver the one Star Wars line.
Yep.
Don't just stand there. Try and embrace it with something. I mean, it was like, yes!
That whole scene.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
So the whole dump, and they've isolated where the spear is to this one compactor. That was just perfect. I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I don't even care how dumb it is. It's the Star Wars trash compactor scene with George Lucas in the trash compactor. That's just
And he's Chewie.
yeah. That's just yeah.
So George Lucas is Chewie. Nate is Ray is Han Solo, Nate is Luke Skywalker, and Vixen is Princess Leia. Boom.
Boy, this just got way too
here's
geeky.
what kind of one of them should have said, "I got a bad feeling about this."
I think you
No one
can't.
said anything.
I can't.
I
You
know
can't.
that's been said in every single Star Wars movie.
I know. I think it would have been. It would have been too spot on. Everybody would have been like, "Oh, come on." I think the "don't just stand there, try to embrace it with something" was like, "This is for you guys."
That was like the wink and the nod.
That was the jazz. Yeah, that was the jazz of the episode. Like, with plays a note, looks and sees if anybody got it. I mean, I did. I was totally like, "Woohoo!"
In the trash that like grabbed one of them and pulled them out of the trash instead of a monster.
Yeah, I thought the Star Wars references were great. It was meta enough to be interesting, but it wasn't overbearingly meta.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But yeah, so good episode overall.
I agree.
I really enjoyed it. Just got me renewed for the rest of the season. Like, I'm super excited about it. I like with Flash, they did kind of a similar thing where, and this is spoilers for the Flash episode if you haven't seen it, but Cisco vibes very Back to the Future, and they're going and they're looking at a ticker on like a news ticker for stories, and it basically kind of outlined the rest of the season.
right.
And so it kind of got you stuff to be excited about, but there's not enough episodes that they outline for the rest of it, so there's kind of filler in there. So I'm like, okay, well, there's going to be some hits and there's going to be some potential misses, but all the stuff that they showed would have been really cool. But with Legends, they, without giving us an idea of what the rest of the season's going to be, has just really invigorated me again to continue watching it, just because this episode was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. And I mean, it's weird to think it's going to be gone by March 14th.
I know, right?
For the season.
Day after my birthday.
Oh, well, that's a terrible Christmas present to have a show end. Or not Christmas, but a birthday present.
Yeah.
Like,
Birthday
Well,
present.
just for
It's
a
not-
year.
It's not going to end. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's just going to go on hiatus again.
That's
a long
true.
hiatus.
Speaking of which, this is a good little transition into some news here. I mean, we kind of talked about it earlier, but Legends has been renewed for a third season.
Yes.
And so, yeah,
We get
yeah,
to keep
wow.
doing this.
We get to keep doing this. You guys get to keep listening to it.
Woohoo!
And not only that, but and we also mentioned this earlier, but Legends, the ratings for Legends was higher than the ratings for Flash.
Yes.
Like,
I'm
that is
I'm also pretty sure that it was also higher than Arrow, but
that's a
Yeah.
surprise.
well,
Not to disparage Arrow. I mean, Arrow's.
yeah.
Arrow circling the drain. Let's be honest, boys.
Shush! It got it. Hey, every one of the CW superhero shows got a renewal, so hats off to everyone.
It did.
Are
I
they
will.
gonna be 6? They're going to be 6 seasons. Arrow.
Yes.
Next season will be 6.
Which is weird because
So-
I mean
Yep.
they're going to have to move away from the flashbacks. I figure.
They'll little Arrow TV talk here. What this will be like at the end of season 5 of Arrow, it'll be where season 1 started.
That sounds like
So-
that's a good idea, Kyle Krause. That's good, Kyle Krause.
is.
I'm glad you're talking to us
Good
about
idea.
that, Kyle Krause. Sorry, that's my
And then
Arrow
I-
TV talk impression.
Who-
We miss
is
you,
that
Justin.
Vector, or is that Hunter?
No, when they did Arrow TV talk, one of the hosts just used to end almost every sentence with the other host's name. It was hysterically
Oh.
funny.
Yeah, that was Vector.
Yeah, Justin Vector. Like, listen, Hunter
I
Camp.
like Vector. I like Vector. But I think for like season 6, they're definitely going to move away from flashbacks, but they may do flashbacks like here and there for different characters, not just centered around Oliver,
Right.
which I'm okay with.
But, back to Legends TV talk. I mean, do we have anything to speculate on? I mean, there's so much to speculate on.
Well,
that's what I was kind of thinking.
See how much longer that Rip's gonna be this Philip persona.
Well,
Yeah.
I read an article on that, actually. He's got another one coming. They said he's going to have at least 3 different personas, including Rip Hunter.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and I love it. Arthur Darvill can do it. He's exceptional. I mean, I've always liked him. So, but I'm kind of looking forward to that. Like, they're kind of letting him stretch his wings a little bit because, let's face it, last year all Rip Hunter did was tell him what not to do.
Yeah, and now he gets to direct movies with George Lucas.
And then go, go to Broadchurch and do stuff. Never mind.
I like Broad Church.
So do I. I like broads in church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry. Please don't strike me down.
So yeah. So I mean, come more powerful than you could possibly imagine. That was like the Emperor doing the Obi-Wan quote, I guess. But yeah. But there is a couple things we can talk about. Yeah. So what's going to happen to Rick? Okay. So Rip. What's going to happen to Rip?
Rip.
Possibility for him. Rip.
Will he be
I rather
whipped?
like that name. Rip will be whipped.
Why do you say whipped? What, you added H.
Cool Rip.
Say cool.
Cool.
Say whip.
Whip.
Cool whip.
Cool whip.
What?
Would you like some cool whip for your pie?
We'll be here all night, folks.
Stopping. Yes. So anywho, some more things to speculate. So we know Rip. He's going to have a couple more personas. But the question is,
Leonard. I think we got to speculate on Snart.
well, we got to speculate on Snart. But a smaller bit of speculation. I think we can talk about Snart for a bit. It was insinuated that there's multiple pieces of the lance, and so
Right.
I'm assuming what they're going to be doing is
The
finding
Holy
the
Lance.
Yeah, and so now as we left the episode, Damien and Malcolm had the amulet, but they did not have the piece of the lance that they did.
Right.
Is that correct?
No, they had the lance, too. They got the wood.
Oh, did they get the wood?
They
too?
got
No,
the
they
piece of
don't.
wood.
I thought Sarah's got the wood. Oh, it's got to be a better way to say that.
Oh, no, they have the amulet. I mean, the legends have the amulet and the wood.
Oh, okay, so they got
Yes.
it.
They've got the shaft and the head.
Yeah, chef.
You're welcome. You know all that talk like Bo likes to say about how his show's professional? We're not.
Yeah. We're semi, and then semi is in quotation marks. Okay. Actually, so is professional. That's in quotation marks. So the legends have everything, and they're torturing Rip, who knows nothing about it, and they also don't have the script because Jack says the script, which I'd be willing to bet that script is going to be something to clue them into some of the other locations for
I agree.
the scepter.
Yeah.
So that feels pretty solid there. But yeah, let's get into the meat of it. Where is our buddy Snart?
I really think he's being projected into Mick's head. I think there's something, I think that Eobard grabbed him at the last second and turned him against the legends and said, look, they're going on without you. And he's like, I could see the plan being, I could churn Mick if I need to work against him, and we'll know where he is.
Wait. So you think that Eobard grabbed
Snart. At the last possible second, went to the vanishing point and grabbed Snart out of the whole machine before he died.
or would he have grabbed him from an earlier point in the past?
Could be that too. But then
Because that's the thing, right? Yeah,
No,
'cause
he couldn't
had
have,
that
though.
Character journey.
But then he has to finish. He has to finish his journey, though. You grab him from the thing. I mean, say he dies now, doesn't the universe unravel? Time Masters come back.
Oh yeah.
Like the only place you can get him is pretty much at Vanishing Point. So I mean, that's my thinking anyway. I think there's something because they did say that Snart was going to be part of the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I really thought yesterday when he was like, they're going to torture you, and they stepped out of the black, like, I thought for sure that we were going to, like, that would have been a prime point to put Snart.
Oh man, that would have been good. That would have just set me off right there.
So, I mean, my thinking is, I think he's a part of the Legion of Doom somehow, and I think he's messing with Mick to get Mick to churn, and give them the information they need.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
So I have some breaking news.
I
I don't know how well this is going to be received, but The
Is it
Black
spoiler?
Flash is
Yes.
confirmed for Legends of Tomorrow.
No.
Interesting. So Teddy Sears.
No.
They did say Teddy Sears would be back for Black Flash.
Wait, hold on. Are they saying specifically Black Flash?
They said
Guggenheim